So this is it. This is the results of the shootout today. I've been riding both of these shocks a fair bit. So as you know, if you've been following me, I've had quite a lot of problems with the Deluxe, Super Deluxe, with the stroke reducing spacer coming loose because it's only held up by an O-ring. So I'll discuss that in other videos. So I sent it to Cyclinic, they serviced it, they put a tighter O-ring on it. You're still having the same problem of it's working against gravity. There's nothing else to hold that assembly up on the top of the shaft working against gravity. Someone mentioned to me maybe mounting the shock upside down, which is a great idea. The only problem is you can't get to the rebound adjustment, so that's a bit of a bummer. But otherwise, that'd be probably a reasonable solution to the spacer coming loose. So I've given this an absolute hammering since I got it back from Cyclinic, and today I've ridden it a fair bit, and today I did shuttles all day at Fox Creek, smashing both of these shocks, trying to find which one gives me the best descending performance, which one feels best, and which one I can go fastest on. So after a full day of shuttles, that's come a little loose again. It's not bad, but it's loose, so I'm going to have to open it up, slide it back up. A little bit disappointed about that, but that aside, performance-wise. So I started on the Float X2. I've been riding that predominantly the last few weeks. Basically since I got it, or not long after I got it, I put it on, I kept it on, and I've been working on getting it set up better, trying to understand all the adjustments and whatnot, and get an intuitive feel for how the shock rides, based on different adjustments, different setups. So first of all, this is heavier than this so this is about 525 grams on my scale, just a kitchen scale, and this one is 700 grams, so it's about 175 grams heavier. Performance-wise, this shock's good, but I had a lot of trouble finding the sweet spot. So I did a video addressing their recommended settings, the issues I had trying to set it up, and then the way I went about setting it up. Got it better. I got a little bit lost with the high-speed rebound though. I'm not too sure what the story is with the high-speed rebound. So it feels like, and I might be wrong, but it feels like if I slow the high-speed rebound right down, I lose grip on the back end. If I speed it right up, it gets a little harsh and pokey. So somewhere in the middle there, where I'm getting just enough grip, so it's fast enough to get good grip down, but still slow enough that it's not real pokey on the repeated hits, and kind of huckabucking the back end up a little bit. So that was a bit of a tricky one. I'm still not sure if I've found the setup. I think chucking a shock whiz on this is the only real way to find that real sweet spot. So to kind of change one thing at a time and let let the computing system, let the technology in the shock whiz tell you where to go with this shock, and see if that can get it set up better. Because to be honest, I struggled to find a setup that works everywhere with this. I found a setup that works really good on some trails, but going out to Fox Creek on the real fast braking bumps and the hard stutters, I just couldn't find it. I couldn't get it to feel really soft and still be fast and efficient, still be a speed carrying back end. So, and keeping the sag where I want it, which is a different situation as well with volume reducing tokens and whatnot. So great shot, excellent shot, but a lot of fiddling to find the sweet spot. And if you don't know what you're doing, it's a real hard shock to get the most out of. So I've played with shocks a fair bit. I'm definitely not an expert, but I feel like I know how to get a bike riding well. This is kind of baffled me almost. I've got it close. I've gotten it close, but not quite spot on. Going over to the Super Deluxe today, this thing absolutely shined. So what I did this morning is I've been back and forth with this shock between 3 spaces and the equivalent to 3.5 spaces. So the 3 spaces is the standard tokens, the standard volume reducing tokens, and it feels excellent. It's buttery everywhere, but it's just a little bit sluggish. It just doesn't quite carry the speed I want it to carry. It's not as firm to push against, not as supportive. So with the 3.5, which is the Nardog token, which is a 2.5, the equivalent to a 2.5, you can buy them from Cyclinic. I'm sure you can get them from your local shop. They can order it in. So the 2.5 spacer Nardog token and 1 extra spacer, so the equivalent to 3.5 spacers. It gives you the perfect amount of, it gives me the perfect amount of support that I want. I would almost even like to try just see if it's too much with an extra token. So it's overall 4.5 tokens. I think it may be a bit much, but at 3.5 tokens, it just felt so good. As soon as I rode this all morning, and then bolted this on at my standard setup, 145 psi. This one's 185 psi. So kind of different air can setups. Bolted it on, set the rebound to 3 clicks back from full fast and center, and after the first couple of corners, I knew I could just let it go and send it into anything I wanted. Feels really, really supportive, really, really smooths off those hits. It takes the edge off of all the harsh hits, takes the edge off of all the stutter bumps, takes the edge off of everything, and I can just plow wherever I want to put the bike. It absolutely plows. So on the 2018 Remedy 8, which is what I'm riding, which you probably know, this shock is the bomb. This shock is absolutely the bomb. I wouldn't mind trying the through shaft, which they've got on the 2019, and they had it on the carbon versions of the 2018 Remedy as well. I believe maybe I need a different link at the bottom to run that on my shock. I'm not too sure. I'm not 100% sure what goes on with that. But this is the winner for sure. This is the standout. This took a long time to get set up in the first place, so there's a lot of it'll kind of deter you from or dishearten you from having your bike set up right if you don't find that sweet spot straight away. There's nothing worse than working all week, getting on your bike and wanting to go out for a ride, and your bike just doesn't feel good. It's rough, it's kicking you off the pedals, things like that. So great shock if you know what you're doing, or if you can get hold of a shock whiz and set it up according to the shock whiz, and really, really spend the time on it. If you want a no-nonsense killer shock, get one of these and get a Nardog token, set it up. It's just so smooth, so intuitive, it feels great. It feels great on every trail I rode today. It feels fast on the flowy stuff. It feels really, really composed in the rough stuff. I don't know if I can say too much more about it. I was very, very impressed with this shock today, bombing hard, fast runs at Fox. So Fox Fast was the main testing ground. I did runs of a few different tracks, but I was banging runs one after the other of Fox Fast, dialing this in still, just playing with it, trying to get it close to the softness and efficiency that I'm looking for. And this one, bolt it on, get the rebound right, send it. It was killer. So yeah, I'd love to say the Fox was the standout because it is a more expensive shock. So this is a $920 shock. This was $920. This one cost me, I believe, $700. So a couple of $100 difference. This one's heavier as well. For my bike, for the Remedy 8, Super Deluxe for sure. Very, very impressed. The only thing, obviously, I don't like is this spacer thing is nothing but dramas. So I've spoken to people before. Some people say, they've heard of it heaps. Like I'm talking about shops. They've seen a fair few come back, and it's becoming a regular issue. And then I've spoken to other people in shops that say, nah, like you're the only person we've spoken to that's had that problem. So I don't know what's going on there, but I'm having it non-stop, absolutely non-stop. And it's not a matter of I'm bottoming it out too much. I don't run my shocks to bottom them out. I don't want to be bottoming shocks out. I don't want to be damaging my bike, damaging my suspension, anything like that. Like it's not like something that I'm overseeing. I'm setting it up right. It's not getting damaged in a bottom out scenario. It's just a matter of it's working against gravity and it's coming loose eventually because of the violence that these shocks go through. So Rockshox, for sure do something about it. Fix it, please. Whether it's a notch there or a completely different setup to create this 57.5. It's nothing to do with the shock itself across the board. It's literally just Trek specific. So Trek, if you can make longer stroke within that within your linkages without bringing the bottom bracket too low at full bottom out, you've got to do something about it because it's just over and over and over and over again. And even with that problem, this is my shock. This is the one I'm going to stick with. I love this shock, but this is a little lighter. The setup's so easy. It's so easy. And yeah, I'm sure they're going to fix this problem eventually. They'll come up with a solution. I'll just keep sending it back until they sort it out. So that's it. Winner, winner, chicken dinner.